I've got a project I just completed that I really enjoyed doing. I poured an epoxy floor. And this is my first time doing it, so I'm not going to give a tutorial, but I am going to show you the process just in little clips. It's really not that hard. It doesn't add a whole lot of depth to the floor or thickness to the floor, and it's got a lot of useful functionality. It's commonly put down over concrete, but in this situation, I put it down on top of plywood sheets. So this is an interior area. This is going to be a work area in the kitchen, prep area of a business, and the reason why I wanted to use it is because it's going to be very easy to clean. There's no cracks or gaps for dirt or other junk to get to collect in. There's no grout lines like you would have in tile, and so it solves a lot of other problems. Couple of things that are important about it. One is that you want to take a lot of time in your prep to make sure that the more time you spend on the prep, the better the end result's going to be. So you want to make sure that it's smooth. You want to make sure that the edges of the plywood are all there's no lips that are sticking up, and that there's no movement there. You also will then put down a pretty strong adhesive, as well as some tape across the seams so that there's no place for movement to occur once the floor has been poured, and no cracks to show up later on. The process of putting it down is a little bit time intensive. Not that it takes a lot of time, but that there's not a lot of wiggle room, because this stuff does start to harden as soon as the parts are mixed. And if you leave it in the buckets, it'll harden faster. And so you want to get it down on the floor quickly. In this case, I used a base color, kind of a khaki color, and then I used two accent colors, a chocolate brown and then a white, and then I swirled them around in there. Overall, I'm very happy with the effect. When it came to pouring it, first primer goes down, and then you put down the color itself. Primer took about an hour to put down. The putting down of all the different colors, the base color and then the accent colors, less than 2 hours. Come back a day later and put down a urethane coat, and because this is going to be a work area, I also put a grit additive so that it won't be too slippery, and the urethane coat that I put down is more of a matte, so it's not so shiny, which is where you can see like that diffused glare or reflection from the lights above. And as I was doing it, I knew I was going to have a little bit of extra because they sell it the way that it's sold. You know, they don't match it to the square footage exactly. They round up to the next amount. And so I decided to put in, or to make a couple tabletops with a different style of patterns of lines, doing more of a faux marble look to the tabletops. These are small, 2-foot, one square, one round. And part of the reason I was doing that is because I wanted to test out the process to see how it was going to look, because I've got some other countertops that I'm going to do in a little while, and I am pretty happy with how they turned out, so I'm a little more confident now to do this other style of countertop work, and I'll do all that one again in a bit. Overall, the experience, it was fairly easy to put down. There's, in retrospect, looking at it, I thought it was going to be a little bit thicker. I was a little sloppier than I should have been in some of the prep work. It was Easier than expected, definitely requires at least 2 people so that no one portion is sitting, once the epoxy is mixed, it's not sitting for too long, whether it's sitting in the bucket or sitting on the floor waiting for the accent colors to be added to it. So just definitely make sure that you have someone with you to mix while another person is spreading it. Yeah, I really can't speak yet to how it's going to work on a plywood floor. There's other styles where they use more of a textured surface for places like a garage or a utility room. A lot of good products out there. With a lot of this stuff, don't go for the cheapest product. Definitely want to stick with a more reputable brand. I used a company called Ligari. They have a pretty extensive library of videos. You can find a lot of them online which show the process, but once you purchase their product, they've got a whole new library that opens up instructional videos, how to do it, how much time goes into it, you know, the best approach. So good support system there. Overall, I liked it. I hope you like it, and I hope you find this video helpful. Feel free to, as always, like, subscribe, share, and I got some other videos that will be coming soon that I think you'll enjoy as well. So I hope you find some success with all of your projects, and most importantly, I hope you enjoy them, because this type of work really can be enjoyable, and so I hope you do find that in it. Thanks.